In this video, I'll share with you my game plan going into the Federal Reserve meeting tomorrow and exactly how I plan to trade it and how you can make a lot of money in the next 3 days if you follow what I'm going to lay out in this video and if you're in the alerts where we're going to be live trading this together. So if you don't know, tomorrow we have the Federal Reserve meeting, I think. And I usually don't keep up with the news very much, but at least that's what I've heard is that's tomorrow. So it's crazy. I haven't even confirmed if that's true. I just hear it and I'm like, yeah, that's probably right. So look, before a Federal Reserve meeting, it's fairly unlikely that the market is just going to be, pumping like crazy to the upside because most people are going to be waiting to find out, oh, what's going to happen in the Federal Reserve meeting before taking on major positions. So it's very rare that you'll see the market go pumping like crazy before a Fed meeting the day before. So basically, what I see is the market is pumping. Of course, it's not pumping like crazy, right? And so I understand that, hey, it's pumping, but it's not pumping like crazy. But I know that it's not going to pump like crazy because it's a highly, unusual, uncommon thing before a Fed meeting. So I basically know that the pump it's had is pretty much as good as it's going to get overall in most cases. So then I notice it's coming up to this short-term resistance level. I notice it's bouncing on overall pretty weak volume, and it's nothing crazy, nothing amazing here. And I start to see all these wicks forming in the S&P 500 on the shorter term time frames. So you see wicks forming on short-term resistance on a day before the Fed meeting where you know the market's not going to pump out like crazy most likely in probably 9 out of 10 cases. And then I notice, of course, that, once again, it's just bouncing on weak volume. So it makes me very confident that, we're not going to break out much further from here. So, uh, I set up an easy short trade right here where we're going to be shorting the market with the stop loss at 23,560. Okay, entry one is going to be here at 23,150. Entry two is going to be right here above this wick at 23,300. So the goal is basically we should reverse from there pretty easily, and I think we'll come down and retest this lower trend line here at 22,600. If that's the case, let's get an estimate for how much we expect to make. A drop to 22,600, we're expected to make around $11,000. So that wouldn't be a bad little, trade before the Federal Reserve meeting, before things really get moving and before we really start making some real money. So the trade setup is very simple. I've sent this out to everyone in the alerts just now. So stop loss is going to be up here. And then you can see I've already mapped out my Federal Reserve meeting plan on where I plan to long and buy the dip in Bitcoin. So far it's looking like most likely where we're going to come to is going to be 22,300 for where I'm going to look to buy the dip in Bitcoin. So I already know that we're not at my buy point area. So I know we're probably going to come down to it, most likely. It's not guaranteed, but yeah, I mean, basically, we're looking to long Bitcoin over the next week or two, either at 23,300 or 21,600. Just we got to read the price action and react as these volatile events are happening, because it could break down through this major support, and then that's when I would look to long it here at 21.6 instead. So we've already planned our trades on the long side right now. But for now, we're going to be shorting it into our long trade setups on this very high confidence scalp short trade that is highly unlikely to break out higher here. So, like I said, I've already sent this out to everyone in the alerts. I showed everyone my stop loss. If I'm wrong, I'm going to lose $6,700. And of course, we're looking to make over 10,000. So, should be a good trade, guys. If you're not in the alerts, first link down below this video to join. And we also have some other good trades that we are in the middle of, such as this Litecoin short that we took last night. But that's not what this video is about. So guys, I'll keep you up to date on this awesome scalp short we're taking in the alerts that I'm very confident in. I hope just breaking down my reasoning and analysis for you on why I'm confident in that trade, why I'm happy to risk $6,700 on this trade is because I'm very confident in it. And the market's highly unlikely to make a big move to the upside for the Federal Reserve meeting. So it's kind of like a range, right? You're kind of like at the top of the range of the expected move on a day before the Fed meeting. So, for example, if the day before Fed meeting you only have a DTR, a daily trading range of 30 points, and then guess what? You've moved 30 points, and you know you're at the top of the daily trading range or the expected move for the day. So basically, we know that there's just not a lot of upside for the market from this point in the chart, in my opinion. That's why I'm going to be taking advantage of the DTR of the day before a Fed meeting, which is highly unlikely to have a high DTR. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. All right. So you can see the way the market's bouncing right now. It's bouncing on such low volume. This is not the type of price action that's going to rip out to 40, 80 plus. This is the type of price action that's going to, give or take maybe 10 points higher, maybe 15 points higher max. And it's going to it doesn't have the momentum to break out today, okay? So that's how you know that your upside's super limited and your downside is absolutely there. So let me show you this Litecoin trade we have. Our stop loss is pretty much at break even. So this is a completely free trade we have. And then on Bitcoin, obviously, this is just such a good trade, man, actually. So it's either we're going to stop here at 23,180 or we'll stop at 23,300 before heading lower. So I don't know, man. It's just a great trade. I really like it. And excited to make some money here. It's always great when you have a true confidence that, oh yeah, I'm about to make, $10,000 plus dollars. Like, it just feels nice. And because like you start thinking like, what am I going to do with that $10,000? And knock on wood, we're not trying to jinx it here and talk cocky or anything, but there are times when you have a true confidence, and it just you love trading in those moments. So this is one of those moments where we absolutely love the trade, and it's going to be a good one. Let's go. What I think is going to happen. So basically, this is what we're doing, guys. All right. In the alerts. Of course, please join the alerts if you're not in there already. But basically, we're risking $6,700 at 23,556, give or take. I may move that to 586, 584 on the stop loss, for example. But the point is, stop loss is going to be above here, above 23,500. Okay. So we're expecting a slight dip into tomorrow, and then we expect a pump tomorrow. Okay. So I'm looking to buy the dip in Bitcoin around 23,400, 23,300. That's where I'll be looking to take profit on my short positions. Okay. Then I'm going to be looking to reverse to the bull side tomorrow after the Federal Reserve meeting, or the day after tomorrow most likely. Okay, please join the alerts so I can update you in real time, but I am trying to give you my plan in advance. Of course, I will have to adapt to the market if I think that's what needs to be done. But we're shorting here, taking profit here, and going bullish right here for a big pump back up to 24K to 25K, I think. Stop loss will be here around 21,900 tomorrow if we're buying the dip where I want to. So once again, we're shorting right here to go down here, and then we're buying the dip down here tomorrow most likely to go higher. Okay, so short here, buy here to go higher. All right, that's my plan. That's what I'm doing in crash alerts. Of course, once again, I don't know how many times I gotta say this. Please, this is my plan, but I have to adapt to what the market gives me. So I'll be doing that in real time, live, and crash alerts if you're in here. So please do join so I can update you. I don't want you to take a trade that I'm not actually taking. So tomorrow I may not be buying the dip here, but this is just my plan going into the Federal Reserve meeting, and I do think it should really it could be a very beautiful set of trades where we drop and then switch long, and boom, this could be easily 50K plus in the next 2 days, 3 days by shorting here, going long here, pumping from there. And then look, the risk is minimal, right? Here we're risking $6,700. Here we're probably going to risk another $7,000, but basically all that to make $50,000+ if you're right? So if you're right here, you're gonna make 20,000. If you're right here, you're gonna make another 20 or 30,000 plus probably. So it's like risking 7K to make 50K plus, risking 14K to make 50K plus. This is what trading is, guys. That's what you want to do. So really beautiful game plan, I think, and some really beautiful entries into the market today, I think, that are going to pay off. So yeah, should be good. Market's going higher on very, very low volume. Dollar finding a little bit of support. And this move is just, like I told you, give or take 10 points. Maybe it gets to 4066 best case. It's not gonna rip out from here. So I'm like confident as you can be that we're gonna get a little pullback here for Bitcoin and then look to long it later on in the week. So guys, I'm looking forward to it. Drop a like if this video helps you. Make sure you subscribe if you're not. Of course, if Bitcoin breaks down below 22.2, watch out, have your stop loss because this market can drop very quickly. If you don't have your stop loss in, like the market could literally be down at 20,500 within seconds, based on this Fed meeting. So, but the whole point is based on the volatility. Say this is our floor, right? Well, a ball bounces off a floor. Okay, a basketball bounces off a floor. A tennis ball bounces off the floor. This is our floor. If the floor breaks, we take the loss. If the floor holds, you bounce off and you make a shitload of money. That's all you're doing. Okay, so guys, I'll see you later. First link down below if you want to join the alerts. It's completely free to join, but you need a minimum of account of $1,000 to get in. Send an email. Make sure you're on a Crash Trading referral link, whether that's on Femex, BitGet, or Bybit. It doesn't matter, but I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.